Welcome to Science Store online classes.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.
Hello dear students and welcome to CET JEE classes of the chapter sets. Well, in the previous class we have discussed some basic concepts of this set theory, what is a set and subset, power set, and we have solved some examples too. Well, in today's class we will continue to discuss about this chapter and we will talk about the union, intersection and complement, and then we'll discuss some examples related to these concepts. Well, the first one being union. Alright, so what is the meaning of A union B? See, you have a set A, you have a set B. Now you want to combine them. Okay, you want to combine them and you want to find A union B. So that would be the elements from A or B. So imagine you have set A, okay, 1 2 3, and you have set B 2 3 4. So you have to select the elements from A. Okay, so you have to select 1 2 and 3 because they belong to A. Okay, now you got to select 2 3 4 as well, but 2 3 is already there, so 4 will be extra. Okay, you have to select that 4 because that belongs to B. So either the element must be in A or it must be in B. In either case you have to get that element in the union. Okay, all right. Now what about intersection? Intersection means it should be in both. X must be in the set A and that must be in B as well. So 1 2 3 2 3 4 if you have, which are the elements common? 2 3. So 2 and 3 must be there in the intersection. So intersection will include both the elements from A as well as from the set B. Next we'll understand what is the meaning of difference of two sets. Alright, so you want to find the difference A minus B. Alright, so you can also find B minus A, we'll see that later. But now if you are planning to find A minus B, then how that set would look like? That set would look like the elements from A. Alright, so A minus B will include all the elements of A except the elements which belong to B. Alright, so I'll give an example. You have let us say 1 2 3, and as I already said, let me take 2 3 4. Okay, so you have to write all the elements of A except those elements which are found in B. Now in the set A, which are those elements which are found in B? 2 and 3. So 2 and 3 are found in B, the elements of A, correct? Okay, so those elements should not be there in A minus B, and except those elements, all other elements must be in the set A minus B. So it will include only 1, because that's the only element which is exclusively found in A and it is not found in B. Well, so from the set A, remove the elements of B. That's what it means. From A, subtract B. From A, remove the elements of B. So the elements of B are 2 and 3. Remove them. What remains is 1. Well, so that is about the difference. Then now coming to the complement. Alright, so complement is the set which completes. Alright, so A dash completes A and makes it universal set. Well, so now I should take a universal set. So let me take universal set as 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, let us say. Well, now what is A dash? See, A dash is universal minus A, or you have to write all the elements of the universal set except the elements of A. Alright, so you must avoid the elements of A. You shouldn't write elements of A here, but you should write all the elements of universal other than the elements of A. So which elements you can write? 4 and 5. So these are the elements which are found in universal but not found in A. Alright, so A dash is the complement of A. A dash completes A. Complement, that which completes. Okay, this is not PLI, that complement is different. Alright, now I hope you understood. A dash completes A completes A dash, and when you have the union of A and A dash, what you get is the universal set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is the universal set. Okay, so A dash completes A. So remember that way. Next these are distributive properties. Firstly, you have A union B intersection C, first one. Okay, and second one A intersection and then B union C. So it's just interchange of union and intersection. Now how do you understand? See, think like this. You have A into B plus C, simple thing. So how do you write? First A into B, correct, and then plus A into C. Is that correct? Distributive property, how do you multiply A inside? So that's the same logic here. First A union B, that is like A into B. Okay, there. Then this sign comes here, is it not? This plus comes here. Alright, so that is intersection, and then A union C, that is A union C, A into C. I hope you understood this. Alright, in the same way you can understand this. This is A intersection B, and then this union comes here, and then A intersection C you should write here. This is just the distributive property. But now it is for the sets. Coming to the next 7th and 8th properties. See, these are called De Morgan's law. I hope you remember the name. Okay, so these two properties are called De Morgan's law. A union B whole complement whole dash is equal to A dash, and then intersection B dash C. If you have union here, you will have intersection here. Okay, remember that way. And A intersection B whole dash is equal to A dash union B dash. Well, and then this is number of elements in the union is equal to n of A plus n of B minus n of A intersection B. Okay, we'll do the examples for that. Okay, you will understand in the Venn diagram, that will be very clear. And then n of A union B union C is equal to, if you have three sets, correct? So if you have three sets, then n of A, n of plus n of B plus n of C minus n of A intersection B minus n of A B intersection C minus n of A intersection C and plus n of A intersection B intersection C. Well, so that is for the three sets. We'll solve a few examples and we'll use the Venn diagram to understand these formulas. Okay, so you will surely understand that better. Dear students, will solve a few examples related to those union, intersection and complement and difference formulas. Alright, now let us understand this question. In a group of 50 people, okay, there are 50 people, 35 speak Kannada, and 25 speak both English and Kannada, right? So 35 Kannada, 25 both English and Kannada, and all the people speak at least one of the two languages. Okay, so you take any person out of this 50 people, either he will speak Kannada or he will speak English, or he may speak both. Okay, he doesn't speak any other language. Okay, so at least one of the two languages, at least. There is no person who does not speak both English and Kannada. That's the meaning of this sentence. Well, I'll explain the meaning in the Venn diagram. Okay, how many speak English? That's the first question. 35 speak Kannada, but we don't know how many speak English. Okay, so that's what we have to find. How many speak only English and not Kannada? There may be some people who speak both English and Kannada, right? 25. You want to find how many people speak only English and they do not know Kannada, and how many speak only Kannada. So these two questions are similar. Okay, we'll understand. Now first let us write what is given. Okay, so all the questions of this type can be solved using Venn diagram. For your CET and JEE exams, what you can follow is the Venn diagram method. Okay, that's the easiest. Alright, but you should understand how to draw the Venn diagram. Okay, let us understand that. But before that, I'll write the given data. I'll use some symbols. I'll use symbol E for English, K for Kannada. That's pretty easy to understand. Now, what is N of English union Kannada? Okay, E union K. Yes, E union K is 50. Okay, and why this is not universal and union? Okay, see, in some questions universal and union are two different things. Here they are the same things. I'll explain that again in the Venn diagram. Wait for it. Well, now next 25 speak both. Okay, so both means you have intersection. That is also pretty much easy to understand. Now what is this 35? 35 speak Kannada. So that is N of K. Well, so now 35 speak Kannada. That's the data that is given to us. Now let us draw the Venn diagram here. You have a universal set represented by this rectangle. That is the universal set rectangle. Now you have two different sets. One is for Kannada, one is for English. So first let us write English, and then I have Kannada. Now start with the intersection first. Don't start with E or K or universal. Start with the common region. So what is the common region? Common region is the intersection, and there are 25 people here. Alright, so there are 25 people there in the intersection. So that is E intersection K. Well, next now understand what is the union and what is the universal set. Okay, see, union is this region. See, what is N of E union K? N of E union K is N of E plus N of K minus this region, correct? I'll explain that. Union N of E plus N of K minus N of E intersection K. Understand carefully. Union N of E is this much, correct? The full circle, that is N of E, plus N of K, plus N of K, that is this circle. Now what has happened is, this region you have added twice. You have included here, you have included here also, but union has this region only once. So that means you have to subtract it once, because you have added twice. You must add only once. So if you have added twice, what you will do? You will subtract once, hence it is added once. Okay, so that's the reason you have this minus n of E intersection K. Now I am saying union is this region, correct? Universal is this total region. Now what is being said? All the people, all these 50 people speak at least one of the two languages. So all these 50 people, they will be either here they speak only English, or they speak only Kannada, or they speak both. So you take any person, he either knows English, or he knows Kannada, or he knows both. So at least one of them he will definitely speak. There is no person who does not speak both English and Kannada. If there were any person who would speak other than English and Kannada, that person would be here. Alright, now there is no person here. So this union and this universal are the same sets here. So therefore you don't have to distinguish. So universal you don't have to take 50 here. Union itself is 50 and universal is also 50. So there is no confusion in this question. Well, now what is being asked here is how many speak English? Okay, so how many speak English? That is n of E. So you have to find n of E. How many speak English? That means this circle you have to find, which includes the intersection also. How many speak English? He may know Kannada also, but he knows English, right? So that includes this region also. Okay, well, now you have the formula already written here. So universal is given, which is union, and universal same here. Okay, now what is n of E? We do not know, we have to find it, correct? And n of k is 35 and intersection is 25. Well, so you have 35 minus 25 is 10. Now you bring it here. So what is n of E? That is 50 minus 10, which is 40. So n of E is 40. So this circle is 40 and this circle is 35, correct? Now we'll write the numbers in the Venn diagram, okay, and then we'll go to the formulas for these two questions. So you have two choices: use the formula, use the Venn diagram. Venn diagram is the easiest, I said already. Okay, well, now see, you have n of E 40. N of E 40 means this total circle is 40. Now this is occupying 25 here. This region is occupied by 25 people. So how many people will occupy the remaining out of 40? Only 15 people. So there are 15 people who speak only English. Total 40. These people know both the languages. How many know only English? 15 people. So combining together you have 40 there. Yes. And n of k is 35. N of k is 35 means this circle is 35. 25 is already there. So what is remaining? 10. So how many know only Kannada? 10. So there you go. You have the answers for these questions. How many speak only English and not Kannada? Only English, 15. And how many speak only Kannada? 10. That's it. But if you want to use the formula, how do you do? Okay, so if you want to use the formula, see, now I have got 40, so I'll write 40 here. Fine. So now let's go to the next question and solve using the formula. Using the Venn diagram we understood, but in case you want to know which formula to use, okay, so there you have the formula method also. Well, now understand, look at the question and look at the Venn diagram, look at the Venn diagram. You have n of E and E intersection K. Okay, so you have n of E and this is E intersection K. Now tell me, what is this region? What is this region? Except this, okay, only this region. So that is E minus E intersection K or not? Okay, so E is actually, the whole set E is actually E minus K union, you have E intersection K. So when you have the union of these two, that gives you E, So now what you need is E only, who speak only English and does not speak Kannada. So from the set E, you have to remove the people who speak Kannada. So how is this formula now? See, N of E is equal to N of E minus K plus N of E intersection K. Now why I am not writing the next minus? See, actually what is union formula? Okay, see, if you have A union B, you will write N of A plus N of B minus N of A intersection B, correct? Now you have union here, correct? So this is like A and this is like B. So I have written N of A plus then I have written N of B. I am not writing minus N of E minus K intersection E intersection K. I am not writing that. Why? Because if A and B are disjoint, there is nothing common between them. If there is nothing common between them, what is the number of elements in the intersection? 0, correct? So number of elements in the intersection would be 0. Now I am saying these two sets are disjoint. Why? What is this region? This region is E minus K, correct? So this region, only this much. Okay, so this region is E minus K and this is E intersection K. Is there anything common between them? This is totally separate. There is nothing common between them. They are not intersecting. They are separate. Okay, they are only touching each other. They are not overlapping, right? Okay, so therefore this much is enough. You don't have to write minus N of the intersection of these two. You don't have to write. Why? Because they are disjoint. So that's what I will write here. Because E minus K and E intersection K are disjoint. Okay, so these two are disjoint. So if they are disjoint, that intersection thing you don't have to write, because there is nothing common. Number of elements in the intersection will be 0. So whether you add them or you don't add them doesn't matter. Whether you subtract them, it doesn't matter. Well, now you have got a formula for E minus K or not? Yes. So now what is N of E minus K? See, N of E minus K is N of E minus, yes, bring it this side. So that is N of E intersection K. Now what is N of E? N of E is 40 is what we have got from the previous answer, minus what is N of E intersection K is 25, and which gives you 15, and that's the answer, only English. Okay, so 15 people speak only English and not Kannada. Okay, so E intersection K has another notation actually. See, this E intersection K is nothing but E minus K is E intersection K dash. Okay, these both are same, both mean the same. All right, so complement of K and E, when you have the intersection you get E minus K. So that's another expression. Well, now next the last one, we have to find only Kannada. So only Kannada means n of k. So in the similar way you can write okay, so similarly what is n of k minus e? So what is n of k minus e? This region. Alright. So that region is n of e k minus e. This region is n of k minus e. See, how do you find this? So that is nothing but n of k. That is nothing but n of k minus. So from n of k, what you have to subtract? You have to subtract e intersection k. So that is e intersection k. Now what is n of k? N of k is 35 minus 25, and that is 10. So 10 is k minus e. That means only k and not e. Well, I hope you understood this. See, now you have understood two methods. One is formula method, another is Venn diagram. In the exams you can always use Venn diagram. That's the easiest way. Not always, okay, but most of the cases. Start with the intersection part and then move on to the others. You will not do any mistake there. Well, so let us continue with the next example.
Don't forget to like our video and subscribe our YouTube channel for all the updates.